Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Take a deep breath, hold that breath. Hey, welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I have a guest of mine who also is with Old School Labs, as I am, but she's back in Pittsburgh, used to live out here in LA and Hollywood area. Went back there and decided that she likes it there even better, but I don't know how she could because I'm not there. But she's taking it up and she's doing bodybuilding and she's competing and she just won her amateur class, right?
I sure did. At the Arnold Amateur, I got first place in Class G.
Well,
that's G for gold, first place.
To have Brooke Daniels on here. So we're going to talk a little bit about your history and how you got into this because people want to know, you know, they have a dream to fulfill and they're never quite sure how to do it. So
right.
What got your mind set on going into even working out?
Working out has always been something that has been a part of my habit. Growing up, I was blessed that my parents put me into sports, so I did soccer, track, cheerleading. But I'd say once I got to college, I got tired of working out, so I, put on the freshman. It wasn't freshman 15 for me; it was like freshman 40. Yeah. And then once college it got to the last 2 years, I started incorporating fitness back into my lifestyle, and then I actually started amateur boxing.
Oh, wow. And
that kind of lit something inside of me. But working out has always been something that I've done. Eating well was also part of my habits. My mom cooked dinner every night and packed my lunches every day. And we were only allowed to have one, pizza or Chinese takeout night. Yeah. So I guess that kind of goes parallel with the bodybuilding lifestyle.
It's really funny because when I was growing up and I was working out too, I went to YMCA and I tried to stay on my diet, but my mom's a Jewish mother, so you got to eat what she makes. And
it's exactly like my mom. She's Cuban.
Yeah, it's
not. You don't eat food. It's disrespectful.
Well, they try to sabotage you just by making you feel guilty.
Yeah.
So I stayed on my diet pretty well, but I was drinking a lot of milk because I felt milk's going to make me bigger. And she said, I can't afford the milk bill, 3 quarts a day. So I cut it back a little bit. Right. But it's funny because most women, and they talk about weightlifting, they're afraid they're going to get too big. I don't want to look like those guys and those girls. But you know yourself, it takes a lot of work to get big. It just doesn't happen overnight.
Oh yeah, and I think what women don't realize, because I was in the same shoes as well, it's all about what you eat and what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
And how much weightlifting you're doing and how much cardio. And there's a science behind everything. And, you can't be scared of the weights. You can't be scared of, building your body up and then kind of, sculpting it into what you want it to be. And for me, it took myself kind of surrounding myself with professionals and not trying to do everything by myself, looking on the internet, seeing what worked for this person. Everything is so curated and personal that if you really want to make change, you really have to allocate the funds, which a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to invest in themselves.
Right. Well, it's trial and error, but you can kind of get around it a bit and know what your body responds to, because not everybody responds to the same thing. I've had my girlfriend, I have her on no carbs, and she says, I don't lose weight like that. You will if you stay with it, but you got to stay with it. You just can't say, okay, 3 days and then go eat chocolates. It doesn't.
Yeah, you can't do that. Hey, I want to, look great for this photo shoot or this, bachelorette party. If you want to have that consistent change and physique that makes you feel comfortable, then it has to be a lifestyle.
Exactly. And you know yourself, once you get on a roll with it, it becomes part of your life. You don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of people always ask me, like, don't you get tired of having basically the same foods all the time? And I'm like, absolutely not, because guess what? I love the way I feel. I love the way that I think now because, well, I want to say being Cuban, we had a lot of carbs in my diet, so sometimes it makes my mind foggy. So drinking enough water is also another thing. So eating's everything.
On cold days, it's hard to drink a lot of water because you're not really thirsty, but you got to force it down. I mean.
Oh yeah, sometimes I have warm water. Like today, it's snowing out in Pittsburgh, so.
Oh.
I've been having a lot of warm, hot water.
Well, let me say something. When people ask me the same thing, don't you get tired of eating that way? And I'll tell them, yeah, I do at times, sure. But I know that when it works, and I feel better for doing it. And then I'll have a Sunday, maybe we'll go out and do something and get a burger and something else. But I'm not a junk eater, and I'm sure you aren't either. And when I eat like that, it's like, why did I do that? I didn't really want it that bad, you know?
Yeah, but I think sometimes, like for me, I do have, I will call it like a cheat meal. I have it once a week, but you kind of almost have to do it to yourself mentally.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, because sometimes you do feel like you're missing out, and then you have it, and you're like, it served its purpose, and now back to, you know, the weekly regime. Like, I don't hate it, and that's why I thrive so much, and I believe in bodybuilding, because I love it.
Now, you like old school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back a few pages to old school when I trained down at the gym with Joe Gold and some of the guys. Do you remember Zabel Kazuski? They call him, he had the best abs, Zabel. He had like the best abs ever, even in his 40s and 50s. And he was Joe's right-hand man. He ran the gym. He would sit behind a barber chair that Joe bought him so he could take naps during the day because he didn't really want, he just wanted to sit in the gym. He didn't want to work. He did crossword puzzles, put dark glasses on, and fell asleep. There was a payphone on the wall, and I said, Zabel, the phone's ringing. He said, that's okay. They'll call back. This was his attitude. But he knew how to stay in shape. So I would say, like you're saying, you have your junk day. I said, Zabel, if I have a junk day on Sunday, and on Monday I'm bloated, and Tuesday I'm back down in shape again, and I don't want to wait till the following Sunday to eat a little something, what do I do? And here's what he said. He said, you can follow your diet every day, and then say it's a Wednesday, you want to eat a little something, go ahead. Go back on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then Sunday go off a little bit again. Don't go crazy, but you can introduce something once or twice a week. It's not going to kill you, and you're not going to get fat. It's true.
Exactly.
It's true. But you don't.
Yeah, and a lot of times when, because I do have a sweet tooth, but I don't give in to my temptations, and if I do think at times, I had to realize the difference between being hungry and being starving.
Yes.
And 20 times out of 10, I'm not starving, so it's not worth it. And you always have to ask yourself, if you want to go for that, you know, kind of fall off the bandwagon, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And am I going to be upset with myself after?
Right.
And it's to me, it's never worth it.
People use that term, oh, I'm so starving. No, you're really not. You can go,
you're not.
You can go 2 weeks, you're never going to starve. There's enough body fat to carry over. But it's the thing in your head. If your head tells you you're starving and you're hungry, you're hungry. You know, it's all in your head. If you say, well, I'm not really that hungry, then I'm not. I can go out at night and a girl say, are you hungry? I said, not really. I mean, I can eat a little piece of fish and something. I don't need to eat. And what about dessert? I said, why do I have to have dessert? I don't really want it.
Exactly.
That doesn't count as food, honey. That's just dessert. It counts as food. It goes in the same hole, and I feel terrible. So.
And then everyone's like, why are you being so hard on yourself? Gosh, just treat yourself every once in a while. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. I don't want it. If it's making you uncomfortable, then guess what? It's your problem. It's not mine.
I'm not happy because they're not doing it. I can go into the store and I see some girl behind the counter overweight, and she keeps reaching bag and a bag of chips and this and that, and nibbling them all day long. No way could I ever do that. I would shoot myself. Just no way I could justify doing
that.
Right? Can you
Don't do that, Rick.
Can you do that? No.
What, eat chips all the time?
Yeah.
No, but you know what I can do, you know, after shows, have the Stacy's bag of cinnamon sugar chips, the pita chips. Those are phenomenal.
That's good.
Have you tried those?
No, but I want some right now.
Oh, they're delicious.
You know the pretzels they have in the malls? They have that little pretzel place, Wetzel's Pretzels or whatever.
Oh, no, the sweet ones or the ones with cheese?
The sweet ones.
Okay, good.
With the cinnamon.
Now you're offended.
Somebody came into Coffee Bean once, and they left 2 girls. They left a full bag and forgot to take them. They just bought them. And so I was with a friend of mine. I said, I'm going to grab that bag. You're going to grab that? Why would you do that? That's used food. I said, they never opened the bag. It's there. So I took it, ate a few, and I brought them home and gave them to my daughter. She said, where'd you get those? I said, oh, I bought them.
No.
She wouldn't take them, but I told her I would have taken them. All right, so how many days a week do you work out?
Huh?
How many days a week do you work out?
So I weightlift 4 days a week and 2 days of I'd say abs and cardio, and then an active rest day.
Okay.
So since it's kind of cold here, I've just been going to the gym and doing some light what is it? Step machine.
Okay.
But if I was or Zumba, I really like dancing because Zumba also helps me feel fluid and comfortable with posing on stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 days of weightlifting, but cardio every day.
How do you divide that up on the 4-day week? Do you divide up your body parts twice a week?
Yeah, 2 upper and 2 lower. And then the days of legs and glutes, that's when I go see my trainer. Because those are the days when I mentally need a push.
Yeah, legs are hard. I just started back.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing them, but I had a knee replacement this last year. So I started doing hack squats like 2 months ago because I couldn't even walk upstairs for 10 years.
Oh, I love those. You couldn't even, what did you say, walk up the stairs?
For 10 years, my knee was so bad. But I got a new, it's from wrestling all those years, so I got a brand new knee, complete titanium knee. I've had it for a year. I have no pain. I can go upstairs. I can squat. But now when I go to squat, I do a full leg workout afterwards. I'm like Gumby. I got to go sit down and just knock you out. Legs will knock you out, but it's okay. It's a good thing. So how did you become? How did you become with Old School Labs? What caused that?
I'd say that was a divine connection. I was living out in West Hollywood, and I had a mutual friend, and they knew that I was looking for a new job. Mm-hmm. And looking for, new supplements, and it was just kind of word of mouth. They knew someone at Old School Labs, and then they made the connection, and the rest is history.
They're really good guys, but aside from that, I use all their products, and I love the aminos in some of those products they have. I swear by them. I wish I would have had them 40 years ago.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. I use Vintage Ben, Vintage Base, Bloom, and Brawn when I can.
Yep, same thing here.
Yep.
What's your plans for the future as far as competing? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself?
So I am currently 2 weeks out from the Natural Ohio show in Cleveland.
Oh, great.
And then after then, I'm planning on doing the Pittsburgh Championships, which is the first show that I ever did 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that's why, Pittsburgh has such a special place in my heart.
Oh, I get it.
And then after that, we're going to start hitting the national stages again.
Good for you.
So
now, do you stay in pretty close to contest shape year round? I mean, when these come, you don't really get out of shape in between.
Well, right now it's just going to be, I'm staying in competition shape for until about the end of May, and then we'll see how the South Carolina the Junior Nationals go, and then we'll have a new game plan from there. But
well, since you're familiar with Old School, I'll go back before my time in the 50s and 60s when the guys used to hang out on Muscle Beach, Steve Reeves and all those guys, who was Mr. America, who was Hercules, in great shape. Their lifestyle was to stay in shape year-round. They stayed in shape year-round. They didn't train for a contest. They were just always ready, which is a lifestyle. And so when I was training back then, it was the same thing. I didn't have any carbs all week. Sunday I had a few. And someone said to me, did you bulk up and gain a lot of size and eat a lot of food? No, I don't know anybody who really did. Because every pound you put on is twice as hard to take it off. So why change it up, You can
I usually stay, I'd say a couple pounds.
Yeah, a couple pounds.
Above my stage weight.
Yeah.
But I did take 1 year to build.
Yeah.
So
you wanted the weight to be stronger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I first started out, I'd say I was fairly lean, and there was my lower body needed a lot of building. Yeah. So that was actually the year I was in LA. So I took that entire year just to I worked with a trainer out there just to build my physique, and then last May I hit the ground running, came back to Pittsburgh and did the championship, and took second place in my height class and then overall novice, and then started doing some national shows.
Well, see, that'll motivate you right there. Winning that kind of stuff, you just want to go forward all the time. What's your opinion on bodybuilders of today compared to the 70s? Now, you've got the guys, I want to throw out a name like Jay Cutler and some of those guys down in Venice, who are like 280, 300 pounds. Granted, they put on a lot of muscle, a lot of size. It's not easy to do. But what's your feelings about that compared to the bodies of the 70s that were much more slender, small waist and all that?
I was going to say they do look a lot different. They do look a lot very manicured.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but I am a fan of the old school look because it just looks a tad bit more natural to me. And
I think it's more appealing.
Yeah.
If you ask them, do you like that or do you like that? They'll say, I like that guy. He's leaner and he looks better.
I like a lot of, and I like the physique of the old school bodybuilders. Not to knock anyone from the present day, but
No.
to me, it's appealing to the eye.
It's a different deal today for everybody. You know, it's
Yeah.
everything goes in cycles, and it's the same thing with rock and roll or bodybuilding or wrestling today isn't what it was when I was in the 60s and 70s. Everything moves forward at a fast rate, and even today's kids that we know in their 20s you don't see them anywhere in the gym without a cell phone and a headset. You don't see them with families and dinners without their cell phone going all the time. We never had that. You know, we used to talk to one another. So everyone's making a quick change, and bodybuilding as well. Although I think it's coming back around to the physique, because I see a lot of these guys today, they're doing like the shorts in the physique competition. They look great. They look really good.
And I especially love the performance aspect of bodybuilding with the men's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I feel like they're really bringing back the performance aspect of everything, and that's captivating to me. Being from, I mean, both of us have music industry experience, so that catches my eye and my attention.
I wish you a lot of luck in the future. I think you're going to do very, very well.
Oh, thank you so much, Rick.
Yeah, this is a pleasure to talk to you finally. And if people want to reach you on the internet, where's the best place to find you?
Sure. On social platforms, everything is at Brookie Trinity. That's BROOKIE. And then I also have a website, the same, brookietrinity.com.
Okay. I'm going to put this on this interview, and I'm going to keep
Yay!
So we'll stay in touch. And I don't know if you're on my Facebook, but I should probably add you.
Yeah, we need to do that ASAP.
Well, thank you so much for everything you've done and being here with us and being on Old School and all that. I really, really like it, and it's a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Rick.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for Traffic and Weather Next by our local weatherman, Rick Drasin. I'm just kidding. I just have to throw that in there. And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
It's Rick Drasin. He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.